ladies, and gentlemen. Life's poetic irony never ceases to amaze. They thought they were the master architects of someone else's downfall, carefully crafting their venom with glee. Every drop designed to sting, to shatter, to destroy. But fate had other plans. This is a tale as old as time, when those who scheme and manipulate end up caught in the webs of their own making. You see, the poison they brewed with such delight, it wasn't meant for their victim after all. No, the cup was always theirs to drink. Every bitter sip a cruel reminder of their own deceit. And now, as the days roll on, they feel it. The weight of their own darkness. The chaos they unleashed is no longer an external game. It's an internal battle, a cage of their own creation. Life, in its relentless fairness, is holding up a mirror. And the reflection, it's not kind. Imagine this. Every whisper of manipulation they once reveled now echoes louder, harsher in their own minds. Every step they take is shadowed by the ghosts of their actions. Their own venom, the same poison they wielded so carelessly, begins to eat away at them. Slowly, relentlessly. And what about you? Oh, you endured it all. Their games, their lies, their traps, you faced them with quiet strength. You didn't crumble. You didn't break. While they were busy pulling strings, you were rising above, refusing to be a pawn in their play. And now your resilience shines like a beacon. It's blinding to them, isn't it? Behind their smiles and feigned indifference lies the truth. They're drowning. The bitterness of their own venom is unbearable, and they can't escape it. Not this time. Life doesn't let anyone walk away unscathed when they play with fire. But here's the best part: this isn't about revenge. No, this is justice. Pure, poetic justice. They are finally learning that actions have consequences. The universe doesn't forget. The same venom they crafted for you is now coursing through their veins, and there's no escape from the sting of regret. Let's not pity them. They reveled in their malice, basked in their cruelty, and laughed at the pain they thought they inflicted. But now they're left with nothing but the bitter taste of their own making. And you're free. Free to live, free to thrive, free to be everything they tried to suppress. While they're haunted by their demons, you're building a life of peace and purpose, a life they can only envy. Their arrogance blinded them to the truth. You can't play with poison and expect to walk away clean. This year, as they grapple with their venom, their choices, their undoing, you'll rise even higher. They'll watch, powerless, as your strength becomes their shame and your light becomes their reminder of everything they lost. So let them face the storm they conjured. Let them sit with the weight of their own venom. And you, keep soaring. Because the sweetest victory isn't revenge, it's thriving in their absence. The irony of fate, isn't it? They brewed their poison with glee, thinking they'd serve it to you. They reveled in the thought of your pain, your despair, your destruction. But here's the twist they never saw coming: the venom was never meant for you. This year, they'll sip from their own cup, every bitter drop a reminder of the games they played. Life has a funny way of balancing the scales. The cruelty they poured into their actions, the lies they wove, the traps they set, they thought it made them untouchable, invincible even. But the truth, oh, the delicious truth, is that the venom they crafted was always destined to return to them. Imagine this: the very chaos they unleashed becoming their cage. The whispers of manipulation will echo back louder, harsher, and inescapable. Every step they take will be haunted by the shadows of their own deeds. That's the thing about venom: it doesn't just hurt the victim, it corrodes the creator. And oh, how they'll choke on the bitterness. They'll feel the sting of their own words, the bite of their own actions. It will eat away at them slowly, relentlessly, until they realize they are their own worst enemy. This year, the tables have turned. No longer are they the puppet masters orchestrating pain. Now, they're the puppets, trapped in the web of their own design. Their arrogance blinded them to the truth. You can't play with poison and walk away unscathed. You stood tall through it all, didn't you? While they schemed and plotted, you endured. While they tried to tear you down, you rose above. And now, as they face the consequences of their actions, your strength shines brighter than ever. They hate it, of course hate how unbroken you are, how unbothered you've become. They'll try to mask their suffering, to pretend the venom hasn't seeped into their veins. But masks can only hide so much. Behind those forced smiles, those hollow laughs, lies the truth: they're drowning in the very darkness they tried to cast upon you. Let them wrestle with their demons. Let them face the storm they conjured. This isn't about revenge, it's about justice. They will finally feel the weight of their choices, the pain they so eagerly dealt to others. Do you hear that? It's the sound of their own footsteps echoing back at them. Every step, a reminder of the path they chose. They thought their actions were without consequence. But the universe has a way of holding a mirror to our deeds, doesn't it? Now they stand before that mirror, forced to confront the reflection they've spent years avoiding. It's not a pretty sight. The cracks are showing, the facade is crumbling, and the venom they once wielded with such confidence is now their undoing. Let's not pity them, shall we? After all, they made their choices. They reveled in their malice, basked in their cruelty. They never stopped to think about the cost, the toll it would take on their own souls. And now, as the bill comes due, they'll finally understand the true price of their actions. They'll try to shift the blame, it's what people like them do. But deep down they know. They know they are the architects of their own suffering. It's poetic, really. The same poison they thought would destroy you is now destroying them. The same darkness they tried to drown you in has become their prison. They are trapped, caught in the web of their own deceit, and there's no escape. Oh, how they must envy you now. You, who have walked away from their games, their chaos, their toxicity. You, who have risen above, stronger and wiser for the experience. Your light blinds them. Your resilience shames them. They thought they could break you, but instead they've broken themselves. Every lie they told, every cruel word they spoke, every hurtful action they took, it's all coming back to them tenfold. Let them stew in their regret, their bitterness, their self-inflicted pain. Let them face the reality of their own venom, their own darkness. They wanted to be the villains, the masterminds of your downfall. But now they're just victims of their own making. And you're free. Free from their games, their manipulation, their toxicity. Free to live, to thrive, to embrace the life you deserve. They'll hate it. Of course, hate how unscathed you are, how happy you've become. But that's not your problem, is it? This year, they'll learn what it means to be consumed by their own venom. They'll learn that you can't play with fire and not get burned. They'll learn that the darkness they embraced is a cage, not a weapon. Let them learn. Let them face the consequences of their actions. Let them drown in the venom they once wielded so carelessly. Because that's justice, isn't it? Not revenge, not malice, but the simple act of letting people face the reality of their own choices. So hold your head high, my dear. You've survived their worst, and now you're thriving in their absence. You are a testament to strength, to resilience, to the power of rising above. And they are a cautionary tale, a reminder that venom always finds its way back to its maker. Let them feel the sting of regret. Let them face the storm they conjured, and let them watch, powerless as you rise above it all, shining brighter than ever before. This year, justice is served, and the venom is theirs to bear. This year, the venom they brewed with such malice, thinking it would destroy you, will be their undoing. Picture this, every ounce of cruelty, every lie spun, every manipulation carefully crafted. It wasn't just a weapon against you, it was a ticking time bomb waiting to explode in their hands. They reveled in their schemes, blind to the irony that life always settles its scores. God has a way of balancing the scales, doesn't he? The traps they set for you are now their prison. The poison they stirred now sits in their own cup, bitter and unrelenting. They thought they were invincible, basking in their arrogance as they pulled the strings, imagining themselves as the puppet masters of your pain. But life has its own poetry. The venom they created wasn't for you. It was always meant to consume them, seeping into their veins, corroding every ounce of their being. At first, they'll try to pretend. They'll mask their suffering behind hollow smiles and forced laughter. But the cracks will start to show. The weight of their actions will haunt them like shadows they cannot outrun, whispering reminders of the chaos they unleashed. Imagine them standing before a mirror, forced to confront the truth they spent years avoiding. The reflection staring back, a hollow shell of the person they once were. Not triumphant, not victorious, just broken. The lies they told, the deceit they wove, the traps they set, it will all come rushing back like a storm, each memory cutting like shards of glass. And while they drown in their own darkness, you will rise. You who endured every blow, every scheme, every attempt to tear you down. You stood firm, unbroken, and now your strength burns brighter than ever, a light they cannot dim. Oh, how they'll hate it. Your resilience will be their torment, a reminder of everything they failed to destroy. Regret will eat away at them, unrelenting and sharp. They'll replay their actions, wondering how it all went so wrong. But regret doesn't rewrite the past. It only serves as a painful teacher. They'll try to shift the blame, of course they always do, but deep down they'll know. They are the architects of their own suffering. The venom they brewed wasn't just poison for you, it was a slow death for their own soul. And now, as they sip from the cup they so eagerly prepared for you, they'll feel every bitter drop, every sting, every burn. This isn't revenge, it's justice. God isn't cruel, but he is just. And this year, they'll learn that what you put out into the world always comes back. They thought they could play with fire and walk away unscathed, but now they'll burn in the very flames they set. And you. You'll be free from their venom, their games, their toxicity. This year is yours to thrive, to shine, to rise higher than they ever imagined. Justice has been served, and the venom, it's theirs to bear.